Imagine we're just driving around downtown Fort Worth and I point at this old industrial building and go, you know, that used to be King Candy Corporation, right? And you'd probably laugh and say, no way. But yeah, it was an actual candy factory. Back in the mid-1900s, King Candy Corporation was one of those regional manufacturers that quietly powered the local economy. Not some tiny mom-and-pop kitchen, but a real-deal production facility. Big brick building, tall factory windows, loading docks in the back, trucks rolling in and out. And apparently, when it was running, the whole area would smell faintly like sugar, which honestly is a pretty great industrial side effect. They produced boxed chocolates and other sweets that were distributed around Texas and nearby states. Before massive national brands completely dominated grocery shelves, regional companies like King Candy filled that gap. Local stores would stock their products, especially around holidays. Valentine's Day, Easter, Christmas, places like this were in overdrive. The location near downtown wasn't random either. Fort Worth has always been a transportation hub. Rail lines, trucking routes, it made shipping candy efficient. You could manufacture in bulk and move it fast. For a while, that formula worked, but then the industry changed. As the decades went on, the candy business consolidated. Huge corporations with automated factories and national ad campaigns started squeezing out regional manufacturers. They could produce more, cheaper, and distribute farther. Grocery chains preferred dealing with the giants because it simplified logistics. Smaller companies like King Candy just couldn't compete at that scale forever. Add in rising production costs and changing market demands, and eventually the factory shut down. And when it did, it left behind this massive, silent structure that had once been full of noise and heat and motion. That's the part that always gets me. One day, it's buzzing with workers, conveyor belts, and chocolate molds. The next, it's just still. For years after closing, the building sat there aging. Windows got dusty, paint faded, metal staircases started rusting. Nature slowly crept in around the edges. It became one of those spots people drive past without knowing what it used to be. But if you stop and look closely, you can almost imagine the history layered into the brick. And Fort Worth has gone through waves of redevelopment, so buildings like that are always in this weird in-between state. Some old factories get converted into lofts or breweries. Others get torn down if the land value wins. They're constantly balancing between preservation and progress. What makes King Candy interesting isn't just that it made sweets. It's that it represents a whole era of local industry. Generations of workers probably clocked in there. People built careers there. Maybe someone's grandparent wrapped candy on an assembly line inside those walls. Now it's mostly remembered through fragments. Old records, faded signage, stories from longtime residents. And visually, it's the kind of place that looks incredible at sunset. Brick glowing orange, shadows stretching across the roof. If you flew a drone over it, you'd capture that contrast between past and present. Abandoned factory in the foreground, modern Fort Worth skyline rising behind it. It's not just an empty building. It's a reminder that cities evolve. Businesses rise, thrive, and fade. But the structures stick around long enough to tell a story, if you're paying attention.
Please enjoy the rest of the video.